Hi everyone, this is Pratima Naik. Today we'll discuss cube root of unity, which is a part of complex number, and this concept is very important for different competitive examinations. Let us start with very basic definition of cube root. Unity means 1. So we'll find the values of cube root of 1. Let x is equal to cube root of 1. Now taking cube both the sides will get x cube is equal to 1. This implies that x cube minus 1 is equal to 0. Now we'll factorize. So x minus 1 whole into x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. So there are two factors. One is x minus 1 is equal to 0 or x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now from x minus 1 is equal to 0, we'll get x is equal to 1, which is a real number. And from second factor x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0, we'll solve it by quadratic formula. Minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac by twice a. So we'll get minus 1 plus under root 3I over 2 and x is equal to minus 1 minus root 3I over 2. So 1 has 3 roots. One is real and other two are complex or imaginary roots. And we say it property 1. So 1 minus 1 plus under root 3I over 2 minus 1 minus under root 3I over 2. Next is a very interesting property. Square of any one imaginary cube root of unity is equal to the other imaginary cube root of unity. Now the roots are minus 1 plus under root 3I over 2 and minus 1 minus under root 3I over 2. Let us name them alpha and beta. And if you take square of alpha, you will interestingly find that it is equal to beta. In the same way, if we get beta square, we will get written back alpha. So square of one complex root is equal to other. Then they are named as omega and omega square, which is a Greek alphabet. So cube root of 1 are 1, omega and omega square. Next property. The product of two imaginary cube roots is equal to 1. So ultimately the product of three cube roots of unity is 1. Let us see. Omega is equal to minus 1 plus under root 3I over 2 and omega square is equal to minus 1 minus under root 3I over 2. Now omega into omega square, if we multiply, it will be simply 4 by 4, that is equal to 1. Similarly, 1 into omega square, that is omega cube, that is also equal to 1. 44 omega cube is equal to 1, we have already discussed. Now properties 5 is the sum of 3 cube roots of unity is equal to 0. If we take the sum 1 plus minus 1 plus under root 3I over 2 plus minus 1 minus root 3I over 2 is equal to 0. So 1 plus omega square is equal to 0. So we have learned so many things now. Let us summarize. Cube root of 1 are 1, omega and omega square. Omega is equal to minus 1 plus under root 3I over 2. Omega square is equal to minus 1 minus under root 3I over 2. 1 plus omega square is equal to 0. From this we can derive 1 omega plus omega square is minus 1. Omega square is equal to omega. 1 plus omega is equal to minus omega square. 1 plus omega square is equal to minus omega. Omega to the 4 will be omega cube into omega, that is same as omega. Omega to the power 5 is equal to omega cube into omega square, that is same as omega square. Omega to the power 6 is equal to omega to the power 3 into omega to the power 3, that is 1. So omega to the power 3 multiple is equal to 1. Omega to the power 3n plus 1 will be omega. Omega to the power 3n plus 2 is equal to omega square. Next we will see another interesting property. The reciprocal of each imaginary cube roots of unity is the other. That means reciprocal of omega is equal to omega square and reciprocal of omega square is equal to omega. If omega and omega square are the roots of equations x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0, then minus omega and minus omega square are complex root of the equation x square minus x plus 1 is equal to 0. So next property we can write that cube root of minus 1 are minus 1, comma, minus omega and minus omega square. Next we will see some questions based on this concept which is asked in many competitive examination. First question is, if 1 omega and omega square are the cube roots of unity, then the value of 1 plus omega square minus omega whole into 1 minus omega square plus omega is. 4 options are given. Now solution is, we know that omega cube is equal to 1, 1 plus omega square is equal to minus omega, 1 plus omega is equal to minus omega square. So in the first term, in place of 1 plus omega square, we'll put minus omega. And in the second factor, we'll put 1 plus omega is equal to omega square. So first will become minus omega whole into minus omega square minus omega square. So it will be minus 2 omega into minus 2 omega square. 4 omega cube. It will be 4 into 1, that is equal to 4. Next question. If 1 omega and omega square are cube root of unity, then the value of 1 plus omega square minus omega whole square plus 1 minus omega square plus omega whole square is. 4 options will be given. So again we'll apply the concept we have learnt. So here 1 plus omega square is equal to minus omega and 1 plus omega is equal to minus omega square. So it will be minus 2 omega whole square plus minus 2 omega square whole square. It will be 4 omega square and second term will be omega to the power 4. This is same as omega. So 4 within bracket omega square plus omega, it will be minus 1. So 4 into minus 1 is equal to minus 4. So A is the answer. Next question. If 1 omega square are cube roots of unity, then what is the value of 1 plus omega whole into 1 plus omega square plus 1 plus omega to the 4 plus 1 plus omega to the power 8. I hope Now you are finding this very simple. Now 1 plus omega is equal to minus omega square. 1 plus omega square is minus omega. 1 plus omega to the power 4 is same as 1 plus omega. That will be minus omega square. And 1 plus omega to the power 8 is same as 1 plus omega square. It will be minus omega. So putting this value, we'll get minus omega square multiplies minus omega multiplies minus omega square multiplies minus omega. It will be omega cube multiplies omega cube. That will be 1 into 1. Answer is 1. So D is the answer. Next question. If 1 omega and omega square are cube roots of unity, then the value of 1 minus omega square whole into 1 minus omega plus omega square whole into 1 plus omega minus omega square. 4 options are given for the answer. So here we'll apply for the first case, we'll change as omega plus omega square in the bracket, that will be 2. Similarly, 1 plus omega square is minus omega, so that will be minus 2 omega. And third will be 1 plus omega is minus omega square, so it will be minus 2 omega square. So it will be 2 into minus 2 omega into minus 2 omega square. So it will be positive 8 omega cube. Omega cube is 1, so answer is 8. I hope you have learned the concept and enjoyed. You solve more to be better. So please subscribe the channel.